Hey, what's going on? This is Ryan Nolting. This is The Flow, the week in music, the week in rock and music. Yeah, this is the second week in December 2022. New Iggy Pop out this week. A song called "Strung Out." It's pretty good. Take a look. Take a listen to it. Give me Detroit punk, okay, over New York punk, any day of the week. Dickie Betts, lead guitar player, founding member of the Allman Brothers, turned 79 this week. Love you, love you, Dickie. Hope you're doing good. Hope you had a good birthday a couple days ago. In sad news, Tim Commerford from Rage Against the Machine announced that he has prostate cancer. Rage kind of canceled their tour last summer, and going forward, we hope that Tim's okay. Ozzy Osbourne makes a statement about Dio and Dio back in 1980 when Ozzy's kicked out of the band. Dio takes over. They do a couple successful albums called Heaven and Hell and Mob Rules. You know, Ozzy's never said anything about Dio replacing him. He says that Dio did a good job. You know, he praises Dio for the first time publicly, which is cool. By the way, check out the Dio documentary on Showtime. It is amazing to see this guy back in the late 50s and early 60s in a doo-wop band, and then going on to form Elf, then going on to Rainbow. Pigeons playing ping pong. They got a spring tour coming up. Pigeons playing ping pong. Listen to the song Horizon. Go out to Spotify and listen to this jam band. It's kind of trancey a little bit too. It's like Fish meets Air or something. It's a very interesting American band. Check out Haken. New album coming from Haken called Fauna. Also a new 2023 tour coming for this English progressive rock band. This band is all over the map. Listen to the song The Alphabet and Me. You know, it's like Gentle Giant meets 80s synth pop meets progressive metal, different time signature changes, all within the same song. This band is unpredictable. They've been around for a while. Again, check out Haken. Check out Pigeons Playing Ping Pong, American jam band. David Crosby has a live album coming out, live at the Capitol Theater. David's got a band called Lighthouse with his son, James Raymond. David Crosby's had a renaissance in the last 10 years. You know, he's been, Graham Nash and Stephen Stills are no longer speaking with him. You know, he did a documentary called Remember My Name back in 2019 that I highly recommend. He's kind of a sad story. He doesn't have a lot of friends anymore. He's burned a ton of bridges. But in 2014, he came out with his third solo album after a 20-year break called Crosby. It's a great album. 2 years later, Lighthouse comes out. Sky Trails comes out in 17. Here If You Listen comes out in 18. For Free comes out last year. 5 studio albums, you know, since 2014. This live album has Guinevere on it. It has Deja Vu on it. Has Carry Me. Has Laughing. It is excellent. David Crosby and the Lighthouse Band live at the Capitol Theater. Highly, highly recommend that. Sad news. We had Kim Simmons pass away from Savoy Brown this week. Kim Simmons was a guitar player, leader of that band. He's the only original member. Listen to the song Hellbound Train. Listen to the song Hellbound Train by Savoy Brown. Put a comment below on what you think of that song. You know, they're an English blues band, very similar to what Fleetwood Mac was before they got Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham. Very similar to what 10 years after was. Lots of these bands never make it as big as Led Zeppelin, never make it as big as the Pink Floyds and the Fleetwood Macs of the world, but they're kind of the next tier down. Rory Gallagher. These are great English blues bands that rock. Savoy Brown was still out there as of last year, performing. We saw them a couple times in the last 10 years, and Kim Simmons is a beast. He will be missed. Dino Danelli from the Rascals, and the Young Rascals drummer, passed away this week as well. You know, the song Good Lovin'. Do I need to say more? The Rock and Roll Hall of Famers inducted in 1997. Other news of albums coming out. The Smile. Okay, The Smile is the band featuring Tom York from Radiohead and Johnny Greenwood with drummer Tom Skinner. So it's a trio produced by Nigel Godrich, which is the producer from Radiohead. This live album from the Montreux Jazz Festival is amazing. It came out on the 14th of December. Panavision is the first song. The Thin Thing, The Opposite, Speech Bubbles. The song Free in the Knowledge / A Hairdresser is amazing. The Smoke. I'm going to do a proper review of this album next week. That's how good this record is. I flipped it on this morning thinking I was going to listen to a couple tracks. I couldn't stop. It's only 35 minutes, which is kind of a perfect album length. You know, we don't need to be sitting around for an hour and 10 minutes listening to a record necessarily, unless it's that good. 35 minutes is a digestible record. It's live. You know, I like it. It's the best thing I think that Tom York's done since In Rainbows. I mean, I hope that's not too big of a statement, but I like it better than Moonshaped Pool. It's electronic, but it's got guitars. You know, sometimes I feel like Tom thinks he can literally lay his hands on the keyboard and there's a song and just does whatever he wants. I don't get that here. These are good tracks that I'm going to listen over and over again. We're going to do this once a week. We're going to talk about the week in rock. I call it the flow because we might go on some rants here. If we got something that we want to talk about and just expand, we will flow on the flow and talk music as much as we possibly can. Check out my ranking of the Van Halen catalog, okay? Check out my Zeppelin ranking. Next week, we're going to do top 50 drummers. We're going to do top 10 Led Zeppelin songs. We're getting towards the end of the year, 2022. Peace out. Be good. Talk to you later.